Dear child, if these words have found you, it means something far bigger than you is working in your life right now. You didn't just stumble upon this message. The angels brought you here. Heaven arranged this exact moment for your heart to hear what it's been quietly waiting for. This isn't a coincidence. This is sacred timing. This is love preparing to show up in a real and powerful way. And before anything else is said, just know this: you are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not left behind. Everything you felt, every quiet prayer, every deep longing, every restless moment where your chest felt heavy and your heart wondered, why do I still feel them? It all matters. It was all heard. It was all seen. And now, it's all being answered. If something inside you feels like this message is for you, it's because it is. Let yourself receive it. Let yourself believe that maybe, just maybe, your story is about to shift in ways you never imagined, but always hoped for. Right now, your soulmate, the one your heart keeps sensing even when your mind tries to stay quiet, is being gently but powerfully guided. They're being stirred awake by something divine. Even if they can't explain it, even if they're unsure what's happening, something deep in their spirit is calling your name. In moments they don't expect, in the middle of the night, while walking down the street, while hearing a certain song, your energy suddenly appears. Your presence is felt in places they thought were empty. They don't fully understand it yet, but they feel it. They feel you. They've tried to ignore it. They've tried to move on. They told themselves it wasn't real. They've pushed it aside and buried it under distractions, silence, or logic. But that whisper hasn't left. In fact, it's only grown stronger. And now, it's not just a whisper anymore. It's a divine pull, a sacred ache, a deep knowing they can no longer explain away. Heaven has placed something in their heart that will not rest until they follow it, and that path is leading straight to you. This isn't just about romance. This isn't about butterflies or perfect love stories. This is about its soul alignment. It's about two people who were always meant to find each other again. It's about divine timing finally catching up with two hearts that were always speaking the same language, even through the silence. You've probably felt it, the sudden rise in thoughts of them, the dreams, the memories that show up out of nowhere, the feeling that they're thinking of you too, even if they haven't said a word. That's not your imagination. That's not you holding on too tightly. That's preparation. That's your spirit being tuned to the same frequency as theirs. The angels are synchronizing your souls. You see, the time for silence is coming to an end. The time for separation is dissolving. And the time for truth, the truth that you both carry for each other, is beginning to rise. When they reach out to you, it won't be half-hearted. It won't be shallow or casual. It will be real. It will be sacred. It will come from the most honest place inside them. They will not reach out just to say hi. They'll reach out because something inside of them can't hold it in anymore. They won't reach out because they're bored or lonely. They'll reach out because you are the piece of peace they've been looking for. You are the softness their soul craves. You are the answer they didn't even know they were searching for until God began whispering your name back into their life. They're seeing your name. They're hearing your voice in dreams. They're feeling this emotional pull that doesn't make sense to them, but it makes perfect sense to heaven. And when they finally do make contact, whether it's a text, a call, a message, or they simply show up, you will feel the shift. Your body will sense something before your mind can catch up. The air will feel different. Your heart will grow still, and you will just know this moment is holy. They won't come with games. They won't leave you guessing. They won't carry confusion. They'll carry clarity. They'll come forward with a new softness in their eyes, a new truth in their voice. And they'll speak not just with words, but with actions. Actions that prove they aren't here to hurt you. They're here to honor what was always sacred. They'll come not to borrow your light, but to meet you in it. And when they do, you won't need to ask, are they serious? You'll feel it. They will come with consistency. They will come with presence. They will come with care. They will come because they were led, not by fear, not by impulse, but by the same divine hand that's been guiding you. Your spirit has known this moment was coming. It's why you've been feeling so sensitive lately. It's why you've been dreaming about them. It's why songs sound deeper, why old memories keep rising. You're not crazy. You're not imagining things. You're tuning into something real, something spiritually alive and moving. This is heaven in motion, and you've been prepared for this. Every tear, every prayer, every time you chose healing over hiding, every time you chose love over fear, it all mattered. None of your waiting was wasted. None of your pain was in vain. The delay wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God was getting you ready, not for just any love, but for the love that would last. Heaven doesn't bring something sacred into your life when you're not strong enough to hold it. And that's what's been happening behind the scenes all this time. You've been growing. You've been transforming. So have they. Even if you couldn't see it, even if they stayed quiet, they were healing too. Learning, surrendering, letting go of pride, letting God do what no one else could do. All the things that once blocked them from loving fully, those walls are coming down now. Not because someone forced them to, but because love is changing them. God is softening them. Heaven is getting them ready to face you not with a mask, but with their whole heart. And when they show up, you won't see the same version of them who disappeared. You won't feel the same energy you once feared. They're not coming from a place of ego. They're coming from a place of surrender. They've had moments with God, moments that broke them, moments that reshaped them, moments when heaven whispered, "You are not done. You are becoming." And now they know you are worth the risk. You are worth the truth. You are worth the wait. They tried to bury it. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to live without it. But their soul never let go. And now, the stirring inside them is louder than ever. That feeling that something is missing, that something is you. They may not even understand why they're thinking of you so much. They may be confused by the signs, but heaven isn't. The signs are clear because the time is now. So when they show up, let your heart be open. Not because you're desperate, but because you're ready. Ready to receive what you've prayed for. Ready to speak truth without shrinking. Ready to love without apology. Ready to walk forward with someone who has finally chosen to walk beside you. There is a moment when everything begins to shift, not loudly, not suddenly, but quietly and deeply inside you. A moment when you stop calling it a dream, when you no longer wonder if love like that is just your imagination playing tricks on you, when your soul finally feels healed enough, clear enough, calm enough to recognize the difference between fantasy and fulfillment. And not because you're desperate or hopeful, but because now, for the first time in a long time, you can see with new eyes and feel with a wiser heart. Because you've seen what fake love looks like. You've felt what it means to be used, ignored, misread, or misunderstood. You've been held by people who let go too easily. You've been kissed by lips that never meant it. You've been promised forever by people who didn't even mean tomorrow. You've walked through seasons where everything that looked like destiny ended up being just another distraction. You've entertained people who looked the part, said the right things, made your heart skip, but in the end, left you more confused than before. But now, something inside you is no longer reaching for illusions. You are no longer drawn to what looks good on the outside, but feels wrong on the inside. Because you are different now. You've changed. You've softened and strengthened all at once. You've become more awake, more aware, more tender, and more brave. You are no longer settling for less than truth. You're no longer mistaking noise for love. And because you've changed, the love that's coming to you will be different too. Because it must match who you've become. And they, the one God designed for you, they have changed too. They've walked through their own fire. They've faced themselves. They've fallen apart and been rebuilt in silence. They've been broken open by life and healed by grace. They've been prepared, not just to meet you, but to keep you. And that's what makes this love so sacred. It's not another lesson. It's not a recycled pattern. It's not a familiar mistake dressed in new words. This is a divine appointment, something heaven paid full attention to, something angels have whispered about, and God has carefully orchestrated behind the scenes. Every delay, every redirection, every painful goodbye, it all served this moment. And now it's time. And when it comes, you won't feel fireworks. You'll feel peace. It won't be chaos. It'll be clarity. No butterflies. No panic. No confusion. Just a deep, undeniable calm. You won't be stuck in your head, wondering what they mean or what they feel. You'll know. You'll feel it. Because when something is real, you don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to constantly question it. It speaks for itself. When they talk to you, it will feel like they've been waiting forever to say those words. And they have. Maybe not with their mouth, but with their soul. They've been practicing in their spirit. Heaven has been speaking to them, coaching them in quiet moments, guiding them while they slept, teaching them how to love you, preparing their heart to align with yours. They've been learning how to meet you, not with perfection, but with truth, not with fancy words, but with presence. And when they come, it will feel like a door finally opening. You won't feel like you're waiting anymore. You'll feel like you've arrived, like something long buried under hope and disappointment has finally surfaced. It will be a moment where everything feels new, where the tears you once cried begin to bloom into something beautiful, where the long nights of praying, asking, aching start to glow with meaning, where all the confusion turns into quiet confirmation. And this love, it won't just be what you prayed for. It will be better, not louder, not flashier, not perfect, but real, steady, gentle, kind. It will be the kind of love that doesn't rush your healing, that doesn't pressure you to perform, that doesn't make you feel small or uncertain. It will feel safe. It will feel true. It will feel like coming home to someone who has been waiting with the lights on. They will see you, not just the parts you show, but the parts you've kept hidden, the pieces of you that others ignored or avoided, the soft, sensitive, scared parts, the powerful, bold, bright parts. They'll see it all, and they won't run. They won't look away. They won't shrink back. Instead, they'll lean in. They'll listen with their whole heart. They'll wait patiently when you go quiet. They'll ask how you are and actually care about the answer. They'll hold your hand gently because they'll know it's been empty for too long. And when you look into their eyes, you won't just see affection. You'll see understanding. They'll get you without needing you to explain every detail. They'll understand your energy, your silence, your story, because the Spirit has already revealed to them what they needed it to know. Not just about your past, but about your purpose. Not just about your wounds, but about your worth. And they will honor that, because to them, you are not just a person. You are a promise God whispered into their soul before they even knew your name. You are something they prayed for in words they didn't even know how to speak. You'll both feel it, that this isn't luck. This is alignment. This isn't a random connection. This is divine covenant. This is the kind of love that doesn't start with sparks, but with stillness. That doesn't bring anxiety, but brings breath. That doesn't come to impress, but to embrace. And when they speak, a part of you that's been holding its breath for years will finally let go. You'll finally rest. Not because life is suddenly perfect, but because something sacred has arrived. The one who is meant for you has come, and not with big declarations or grand gestures, but with presence, with quiet strength, with real intention. Type this in the comments now. I am ready for the love God designed for me. Let heaven hear it. Let your angels witness it. Let the Spirit move on your behalf. You were never forgotten, only being prepared. Heaven wasn't ignoring you. Heaven was orchestrating every detail. Your healing, their healing, your readiness, their timing, the cutting of old ties, the dissolving of old fears, the falling away of distractions. God was clearing space in your life for something greater. Because when God gives, He doesn't give halfway. He gives in fullness. But fullness takes time. The moment you stopped begging for crumbs, God began building a feast. Not because He didn't hear your cries before, but because you finally believed you deserved more. And now you're ready. That shift you feel in your spirit, that peace, that softness returning to your voice, that is not a coincidence. That is alignment. Heaven is responding to the healed version of you who no longer settles. You're not who you were when you first asked for love. You've grown. You've cried. You've healed. You've awakened. And now you can receive a love that's strong enough to carry the real you. You won't second guess it. You won't need to beg it to stay. You'll simply know. You'll know by how they show up, how they stay, how they speak, how they listen, how their energy feels safe, how their presence feels like peace, not pressure. You'll feel loved, not just touched. You'll feel seen, not just observed. You'll feel chosen, not just tolerated.